In today's video, we're gonna provide you with the definitive Instagram hashtag guide. So we're gonna go through and cover everything that there is to know to help you understand hashtags, find the right hashtags for you and your account, and then use the right hashtags to help you grow on Instagram. So this will be the last video that you ever need to watch when it comes to Instagram hashtags. You will leave this video being an Instagram hashtag expert. So if that's something you're looking to become, you are definitely in the right place. Get your popcorn ready, get your notepad out, and let's become experts. Let's go. What's going on? It's Ben here from Flick, and before we get into the guide, there's two questions that I know you're asking that I need to answer. The first is, do Instagram hashtags work? Do they still work? The answer is yes and yes. They are one of the oldest and most proven ways to grow on Instagram, and it still 100% works even now today. You just need to have the right strategy, which we'll help you out with in this video. And the second question is, why should you listen to us? And that's also a really easy question to answer because we are basically Instagram hashtag nerds. This is what we eat, this is what we live, this is what we breathe. Flick is an entire service dedicated to helping you find the right hashtags and then use the hashtags to help you grow your account. So this is what we do every single day, and not to flex, but over the last year alone, we have tracked over 1 million posts on Instagram and helped 50,000 plus creators, social media managers, marketers, and many more find the right tags, use the right tags, and grow on Instagram. So this is what we do. We are nerds and we are here to help you. All right, so it's time to go full teacher mode and drop some Instagram hashtag knowledge all up on you. So first of all, how do Instagram hashtags even work? So hashtags are one of the primary tools that Instagram uses to determine what kind of content is what. So by using the right hashtags and using relevant hashtags all the time on your content, you make Instagram's job so much easier, and you make it way easier for them to help you and show you to not only new people, but the right people. That's why it's so important to be relevant all the time with hashtags. Plus, it also makes your content far more discoverable because people can also follow certain hashtags that if you use, they may find your content. Plus, if they search up a hashtag, you can also show up in that hashtag if you rank on the tag or if they go to recent posts that have attached that hashtag. So hashtags are a super powerful tool that help users grow every single day on the platform. You want Instagram to be on your side and help you out, and using the right hashtags is one of the best ways to make that happen. So what are both the short and long-term benefits of using hashtags on Instagram? So according to the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, he says an important factor in getting your content in front of the right people is Instagram understanding what your content is about via the information on the post to then push that to the right people, whether through the explore page, suggested accounts, etc. So what is the different information that Instagram can track to help determine what the post is about? This includes the caption, the image itself, the hashtags you use to categorize the content, the location that you tag on the content, and your engagements on the content. This means that using relevant hashtags is always beneficial on Instagram. In the short term, it can help bring more traffic to your content and help you get some more eyeballs and exposure. And in the long term, you're gradually helping Instagram identify the kind of account that you are to then put you in front of the right users. So you're helping yourself out both now and in the future by getting your hashtag strategy right. So how many hashtags can you actually use on an Instagram post? The most tags that you can use on one post is 30 hashtags. But there is this myth flying around that you should be using only 11 to 15 hashtags on Instagram. This was started by a few different Instagram experts that was allegedly sourced directly from Instagram. But with us being the experts and seeing all of the data firsthand, we can confidently say that this myth is busted, and you should be going for 30 if you can find 30 relevant tags. And why should you still be using 30 tags on every post? Because it's just more opportunities for things to go your way. Instagram gives you 30 opportunities, so why not take every opportunity? You don't know which tag could give you that additional momentum that then allows you to rank on even more tags and get more and more exposure on your content. As long as your tags are relevant, why limit the amount of opportunities that you have or the opportunities that Instagram will give you? So for that reason, we always recommend going with 30 relevant hashtags for every piece of content. So where should you put your hashtags? There's a few different ways to approach where you put your hashtags, and this is actually one of the main issues that people run into because they just don't like the way that hashtags look, or they think that it makes their caption look messy. Luckily, Instagram has now updated how captions are formatted, so you can put line breaks within your caption to really make sure everything's divided and looking a little more clean. So that is the first route that you can take. You can put your hashtags directly into the caption, and you can divide it up so that it doesn't look as messy and there's a clear distinction between your caption and the tags. But if you're really against putting them in the caption, another option is to put them in the first comment after you've posted a piece of content. And this will not limit the potential reach. This is a debate that's gone on for so long if you should put them in the caption or the first comment. It doesn't matter, but what is important to note is that if you're putting them in the comment section, make sure to do this right after posting because you want the hashtag to be attached to that content, capturing all of the momentum you're getting from all the impressions and engagement from the second that you post that. So make sure to do it quickly if you're putting it in the comment section. So as long as you make sure to do that, there isn't a right or a wrong answer. It's completely completely up to you. So either go with the caption section or the first comment right after posting. Up to you. Both will give you the same benefit. So what types of hashtags can you actually use on Instagram? And the first thing you're thinking is, wait, what? There's different kinds of hashtags? In a way, yes. When we refer to the different types of tags, we're talking about the different categories of tags that you can help use to put a group together that makes sense for both your goals and your account. The first category is topic or niche specific tags. These refer to a specific subject or niche, like fashion or outfit tips. You can use these types of tags to reach people who are interested in and actively searching out this kind of content. The next group is audience specific tags. These pinpoint specific groups of people, such as beauty lover or makeup artist. Again, they can be used to reach people within your niche or people who relate to the kind of content that you're posting. Next group is product specific tags. As you may have guessed, these are best for businesses because these tags allow you to find a quick answer or solution to somebody who might be using a hashtag to find a product that solves their problem. These can range greatly from Burberry bag all the way to something like a bike pump, but the goal is the same. People who are searching this out have a high level of purchase intent, and by using this tag, you increase the chances that they find your products and buy from you. The next group is location-based hashtags. These utilize locations or areas such as London Foodie or New York Eats. They can help hyper-target Instagram users in a specific area that have a specific group of interests. And this category of tags is also pretty high when it comes to purchase intent because naturally, if someone's looking for New York Eats, they are in the market to buy some food in New York. And by using that tag, they may find your content, come to your restaurant, and buy from you. The next group is community hashtags. These are usually created specifically by brands or users to bank together all of the content specific to their brand or community. An example of this could be hashtag FlickFam. This is a hashtag that we can use to encourage people to post content about our brand, but it also helps us curate content specific to our community, giving us a very easy place to go to source content ideas or even repost content that other users have posted about our community. So all the types of tags to this point are hashtags that you want to be using, and they should be part of your hashtag strategy. But the next two are actually groups of tags that you completely want to avoid. And most people aren't even aware that these types of tags exist, but it's important to not only be aware of them, but avoid using them because they can actually hurt your account. The first category you want to avoid is flagged hashtags. These are hashtags that have been flagged to Instagram for being potentially inappropriate, and they're now under review. You want to avoid these. The next group you definitely want to avoid as well, and these are banned hashtags. These are hashtags that have been banned by Instagram, and using them can actually harm your account. And if you use a banned hashtag, your content won't even show up on that tag because it has been banned by Instagram and it's not visible. If you want to learn more about banned and flagged hashtags, we have linked a video all about that in the card above. If you've learned anything new about hashtags to this point, or if you've enjoyed the video so far, don't forget to tap the like button down below. It will also make it far easier for you to find this video for future use. So at this point, you now know way more about Instagram hashtags, but I'm sure you're asking, okay, now how do I use them? How do I rank? And how do I grow using hashtags? Well, you don't have to wait anymore. That's what we'll cover right now. So how do you go about ranking on a hashtag? This is very important to understand and figure out how you can actually do this, because this is how you're gonna get the most benefit out of using hashtags. To rank on a hashtag, it means that you're showing up in the top 9 posts of an associated hashtag. And if you're able to do this, you'll typically stay here for a length of time, giving you more reach, exposure, and eventual engagement. So how does ranking on a hashtag actually work, and how do you go about doing it? To rank on a hashtag, your content has to match up with other top performing content on that hashtag. So this comes down to relevancy as well as engagement that you receive on that content. So engagement would include likes and comments, and it's also important to have a similar level of momentum on your content when it's first posted. This is gonna increase the likelihood that you actually rank on that tag. And your account also should typically be around the same size as the other accounts that are ranking on that hashtag. While there are some exceptions to this, it's a good rule to follow to find the right tags for you. So all of these different factors work together to figure out what ranks on a tag and what doesn't. So using a super competitive and generic tag like love is not likely going to give you the result that you want. With so many millions of accounts using this tag every single day, it's not likely that you're gonna rank or see any benefit from using it. Tags like that are simply too competitive, and competitiveness is one of the most important things to consider when putting your group of tags together. You should use a mix of low, medium, and high competition tags for a very specific reason. If you're able to rank on the low competition hashtags, you're gonna increase the amount of engagement and velocity that your post experiences, increasing the chances that you then get onto the medium and eventually the high. So by staggering your group like this, you give yourself the best opportunity to climb the ladder, is basically what I call it, to help get up to those higher and more competitive tags. But even low, medium, high competition is relative to your specific account. So you're gonna wanna do your research before you pick a group of tags together. Using Flick makes this research very easy because you're able to search up tags and Flick will actually tell you if this is low, medium, or a high competition tag. And it also connects directly to your account to give you relative information specific to you and your situation. So putting a good mix of tags together is really easy using Flick. You can also do this manually, but you're gonna have to do the research yourself. And there are a number of elements that you're gonna wanna research to figure out the level of competition that a tag has, like engagement level, the size of the top performing accounts, as well as the amount of posts that are in that hashtag. Also, whether a hashtag topic is currently trending will have a huge impact. And some examples of these kind of trending hashtags would include holidays that come up once a year, specific sporting events, and other popular events. So now that we know about ranking on hashtags and how the ranking system works, how do we go about finding the best hashtags for us to use on our account to give us the best opportunity to rank and get the benefits of using hashtags? And you can approach this research by doing it all manually or by using Flick. And even if you're not part of the Flick fam, we're gonna give you the resources to do this completely independently without using a tool like Flick. But if you wanna save yourself the time, Flick is a fantastic option that will make your life easier. So let's start off with finding the right hashtags manually. The first thing you wanna do is to think about your niche and think about the different themes or types of hashtags that you would wanna use to describe and categorize your content. Once you know or come up with these keywords, you can then start searching them directly into Instagram. When searching each hashtag, you'll be able to see the top posts as well as the amount of posts that are on that hashtag. If a hashtag has an extremely high number of posts, that may be an indicator that that specific hashtag is very competitive. Take a look at the top few posts within a hashtag to give yourself a better idea as to the levels of engagement that are typically ranking on this tag. And if your engagement matches up or is close to the typical ranking posts, this may be a good tag for you to use. And again, when going through your research, you're gonna wanna have a mix of low, medium, and high competition tags within each grouping. The tag should also be highly relevant, and you wanna make sure to not be using the exact same group of tags every single time. Because naturally, over time, your content is a little different. Relevancy is super critical. Plus, by using the same group of tags every single time, you limit the amount of people that you could potentially reach. So that's how you conduct hashtag research manually right on Instagram. Here's how to do it using Flick. Flick really does all the heavy lifting for you and saves the time of the tedious steps that we mentioned previously. All you have to do is connect to your account and then search in relevant keywords to your topics and niche. We then give a list of suggested tags that are similar to the keyword that you typed in, and we automatically separate them into low, medium, and high competition tags so that you don't have to make that determination yourself. And all the information that we give to you about these tags is specific to your account so that you know that you're getting relevant information for your situation. You can repeat this process over using relevant hashtags, and then you can work to put your group together. Once you find the tags that you want to use, you can select them all and either copy them to clipboard, or you can save them directly on Flick in a dedicated collection so that you know that you can go back and easily find these tags later if you want to. And on that note of saving tags for future use, obviously with us doing all this work, we don't want to lose the tags that we've already worked to put together. And we also want to have a better idea as to which tags are working so we can work to get a better group every single time. And again, you can do this manually or use Flick to help you out. If you want to save hashtags for future use manually, most people use the Notes app within their phone. This gives you a really easy place to go to find tags when posting. When doing this though, it's important to separate different kinds of tags. So this way you don't forget which tags are high, medium, and low competition. And this way you won't forget which ones fall into different categories of content or niches. So now moving on to how you would store your tags using Flick. At Flick, we have a handy filing system built in to help you categorize and save your hashtags for future use. All you have to do is select the hashtags that you want to use, and you can then save them into a collection that you can title to make it very easy to find them when you want them later. You can create collections based on content type, say London tags versus New York tags, or by competitiveness and hashtag size. So how you decide to put these groups together and categorize your different tags, and even what you name your collections, is completely up to you, but Flick makes it very easy to save them so you never lose them. Flick also has a feature called Smart Collections, which allows you to easily see your top performing hashtags across your content. We will also be posting a detailed walkthrough of how to conduct hashtag research using Flick, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss that. It's coming very, very soon. So we now know how to conduct hashtag research, but how do we see if the hashtags we're using are actually working? To do this manually can be a little tricky and time consuming directly on Instagram, but it can still be done. So to check if you've ranked on a hashtag, what you want to do is actually search out that hashtag and see if you're one of the top ranking posts. You may not instantly show up on that hashtag, and you may rank with some time and some more engagement. So just because you don't see it right away doesn't mean that you won't rank. So to see what's working, you're gonna have to continue to check in and check out those top ranking posts, because it could take up to a few hours before you even start ranking. So doing this consistently across all the tags that you're using can give you a better idea as to which tags are working versus which ones aren't. And then you can check the insights on the specific piece of content to see the amount of impressions that are coming from hashtags. And you can then cross-reference this with the hashtags that you know that you ranked on to give yourself a loose idea as to what's coming from what hashtag. But remember, if you're doing this manually, you're gonna have to stay on top of it because ranking can take some time, but even if you do rank, it doesn't mean your content will stay there for a few days. So you are gonna have to be checking in on this because it's constantly changing. So that's how you would do it manually. It's definitely not a perfect science, but it is an option if you wanna do it yourself. So now moving on to how you would track all of this using Flick. Flick has a built-in analytics suite, which will actually inform you as to which hashtags you're ranking on, alongside their competition, as well as the amount of times that you've actually ranked on each specific tag. It'll even tell you what position you ranked in, as well as the average ranking position for that tag. And beyond that, Flick also provides more general analytics on your engagement and impressions for each piece of content. This allows you to directly compare your hashtag usage to your growth so that you can get a concrete idea as to which hashtags are working for you and which ones aren't. So I know that I just overloaded your mind with hashtag information, so I strongly recommend going back through this video and rewatching parts that may have been confusing for you. But now at this point, I'm gonna provide you with a few quick tips or quick wins that can really help you easily put together a great hashtag strategy for Instagram. Quick win one is to use 30 relevant hashtags on every single piece of content to give yourself the best opportunity for ranking. The second tip is to use a mix of low, medium, and high competition tags to increase your engagement velocity and climb that ladder. Third, use hashtags that accurately describe the content of your Instagram post. Relevancy is super critical, and you will get way more from hashtags when they are hyper relevant to each piece of content. 4, don't use the same group of tags for every single post. Continue to experiment. 5, save your hashtags in organized collections so that you can track your performance. 6, avoid using banned or flagged hashtags. Either search these out manually or by using Flick, we will actually tell you which hashtags are banned or flagged. And finally, make analytics your friend. You want to use all the resources that you have to see what is working versus what isn't so that you can consistently have the best strategy to help you grow. Either put in the time manually to see what's working for you or just allow Flick to do the work for you. If you implement those 7 quick wins, you'll dramatically increase the chances of you benefiting from using hashtags on Instagram. So that is everything that you need to know when it comes to using Instagram hashtags on your content. Again, this video is split into sections to help you learn most effectively. So feel free to go back and watch specific sections to help you learn and understand. But there's actually one more area that you can use hashtags on Instagram, and that's using them on your Instagram stories. And luckily, we have an entire video dedicated to that, which we just linked in the card above. So after you've watched this one through, ideally a few times, and you truly understand how to use hashtags on your main feed content, go over and click the video in the card above and figure out how you can put a strategy together for your stories on Instagram. Don't forget to like this video so that you can easily find it again in the future. And if you're looking to grow on Instagram, don't forget to subscribe to Flick's YouTube channel. We post weekly free videos to help you grow on Instagram. Congratulations, you are now one of us. You are officially an Instagram hashtag nerd. We're happy to have you as part of the team. Keep crushing it on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.